There are 6 types of fatigue when it comes to chronic fatigue syndrome. And in this video, I'm going to break it down one by one to let you know exactly what they are and also what to do about it. At the end of this video, I'm also going to give you a free training which will literally help you combat all these different types of fatigue so you can get healthy and start living again. Let's get into it. Number 6. This is social fatigue. Now, this is a huge one. And if you think about it, no one's really talking about this. We have a lot of clients who maybe go to an event, they go to a wedding, they go to an engagement party or just a birthday party or even just a cup of tea with a girlfriend. And they're exhausted afterwards and they don't know why. They're like, I literally was just talking. Like, how can I be tired from that? And so what we need to factor in is there's the cognitive load that happens when we're interacting with people, right? And particularly if you are at a low capacity or your brain and body is just simply not used to that stimulus of socializing, it's a type of fatigue, right? And so again, what we want to do is make sure you incrementally start to socialize appropriately for where you're at in your capacity. Over time, as you do more of that, it will get better and you will start to be able to handle and adapt to those types of situations a lot better. Number 5, emotional fatigue. Now, this kind of ties into social fatigue, but this is entirely different too. Emotional fatigue is where we've been coming under emotional pressure, right? This is usually in a relationship, usually potentially strained friendships, particularly when you're going through something like chronic illness. It is so common to lose so many friends because a lot of people just simply don't understand what you're going through. They might even start to think that you're making it up, that you're not a good friend, that you don't care about them, when the truth is that all you would love to do is be able to hang out with your friends and enjoy your time, and you simply can't right now. Okay. And so emotional fatigue is that emotional burden that you're feeling and experiencing when you kind of feel out of control, right? This is also a violation of boundaries. So if you're not good at setting boundaries and you're getting walked all over or you're a people pleaser, you're going to be emotionally fatigued a lot of the time. And until you fix that leaky bucket, and this is how we look at it, if you think about all these 6, in which you'll know in a second what they all are, they're either sealed buckets and everything's totally fine, none of it's a problem. And that's what we would say, when you're recovered, these won't be problems for you. But if there's holes in the bucket, let's say you're not good at boundaries and you keep saying yes to things that you want to say no to, and you keep saying yes when you're not ready to do those things, you're going to be emotionally fatigued. And so it's really important to check in with yourself, your boundaries, and are you honoring where you're at in your emotional capacity to give? That's really, really important and such a common theme that we see at CFS Health. Number 4. Everyone knows this one. You've experienced it. This is physical fatigue. And this is where you are simply just, doing physical activities. It could be even just doing daily functional stuff around the house, like cleaning, making the bed, vacuuming. All those types of things have a strain on the body. And now for a healthy person, that's not a problem, right? A healthy person is going to vacuum the floor and they might have a little sweat. They might feel it in their arms and their legs, but they're not feeling physically exhausted and fatigued by it. And again, what we want to do is make sure we have a correct baseline that is appropriate for where we're at so we can start to do things without feeling any worse than we currently do. And when you do that, you start to build repetition, you start to build consistency, and what happens then is your brain and body start to adapt appropriately to the stimulus that you give it. And so if you're experiencing physical fatigue or a lot of that right now, it could just be that you're overdoing it for where you're currently at. It's a big one, and a lot of people don't even realize they're doing it. It's this push-crash cycle that is so common. And number 3 is It's a big one too, and it doesn't get talked enough about, which is hormonal fatigue. Now, this is for men and women, but I would say particularly women when it comes to their monthly cycle. It's extremely fatiguing what a woman has to go through every single month in terms of their monthly cycle. And if you think even a healthy person, when you meet a healthy woman who goes through their monthly cycle, they will still say, oh my God, the week leading up to my that time of the month is exhausting. Like I feel tired, I feel grumpy. And then throughout that whole, 5 to 7 days, it's another whole week where your hormones are affected, right? And then you start to come out of it, and it's this cycle, literally every single month. It's the same kind of thing. And if you think about someone who's going through chronic fatigue syndrome, you've really got to times the feeling that a normal healthy woman would have to someone who's got chronic fatigue syndrome. So 5x, 10x the feelings and the symptoms that a healthy person would experience with their monthly cycle. It's way, way more amplified when your body and brain is already struggling, right? And so we need to have extra precaution around this period. We have a specific training inside our mentorship recovery, and it's all about women's hormonal health. And in that training, we literally teach you how to how to maneuver and manufacture your baseline around your cycle so that you can adapt appropriately, right? The problem that a lot of people do is that they just keep trying to stick to the same routine and structure in that week, and they just fall backwards every time because it's just too much for the body to handle. The body, you think about it, your body is literally doing so much in that week, right? And so we need to factor that in. Really important. Hormonal fatigue. Number 2. This one is a big one, and you might not even realize you're doing it. It's cognitive fatigue. And cognitive fatigue is really our cognition, right? It's our output of energy using our brain. Now, these activities are usually things like reading. It can be watching, TV or videos like this on the internet. It could be working. It can be studying. It can be even learning, even if it's something that you like. So one of the things, again, this is a perfect example. We've had members, who enroll in the mentorship, and they watch everything. It's like a buffet. There's literally there's hundreds of different trainings on every single thing about recovery possible. And it's great, but the problem is they cognitively overload themselves. And then I say, you need to have a break. You don't need to watch every single video to get better. You just need to watch the ones that you need right now, implement it, will help you do that, and then you'll go to the next one. And so you might catch yourself at home doing that too, where it's something you really want to learn, or you want to devour hours of something, and then halfway through your brain's just like, oh no, I can't do this anymore. And that's where we need to give ourselves a cognitive break. Cognitive overload is a real thing, and we need to make sure that we're not doing that. Even when you're healthy, it's important that you don't cognitively overload yourself and be too content heavy. And so, again, over time, as you're aware of these things, you won't do them as often, and you will start to reap the benefits of that. Coming in at number 1, this might surprise you. And again, this is never really talked about. It's spiritual fatigue. And it's not the woo-woo spiritual that you might see on the internet. What I'm talking about is almost like a identity crisis. You're in the chasm between what you don't want and what you want, right? And so in that period of recovery, there is this gap, and the gap is quite uncertain, right? And I would call that spiritual fatigue. That's where you're like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. This sucks. I don't want to keep feeling this way, but how am I going to create the new life that I want? And so there is this real chasm, and there's this real gap between where you are now to where you want to be. And we see it all the time. This is why, inside CFS Health, we have our up-level program, which is called Lifestyle Integration. And we help people when they're at this point, we help them move into integrating into life. And that's all about designing and creating a life that you want, right? And a lot of people don't think about this, but it's so important. You don't really want to go back to your old life that probably got you sick in the first place. You want to create a life and health and well-being that you feel really congruent in, and it feels aligned, and you get to grow and evolve as a human being. And so we help people integrate into life. That's why we call them lifestyle integrators. And it's really special because spiritual fatigue starts to go away as you start to integrate into the life that you want, right? And so that might surprise you a little bit. And, again, it's all about coming back to you, who you are, who you want to be, and really becoming your truest self and honoring that. And as you can see, all these different types of fatigue can affect you at any time. And so it's just important to now be aware of it and go, yeah, that's that social fatigue. Yeah, I'm cognitively overloading myself because I've just watched 10 hours of video straight. Don't do that. Now, we have a free training called the Baseline Framework Training. It's amazing. It's literally helped thousands of people all around the world. We get emails every single week saying, oh my God, this makes so much sense and thank you so much. So please go and download that right now. It will be in the link in the description, or you can just go to cfshealth.com/baseline. And this will help you understand how to stop these different types of fatigue affecting you every single day, so you can create some consistency and then start to make progress. I hope this video helps. If it did, leave a like on the video and comment below, what was your biggest takeaway from this video? Which type of fatigue affects you the most, and which ones you're going to become more aware of? Sending you all my love, and speak to you soon.